comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
Hello, you are listening to the Sustainable Living Show, coming to you live from the studios of 88.5 FM WMNF Tampa. Today, we are talking about not quite sustainability, but how you can support Sustainable Living Show in WMNF as a listener, as a community member. Today is one of those rare few fundraisers that we have a couple of times a year where we ask for your support. Your host today is myself, Tanya Vidovic. We have the awesome Sean Canan on the boards and our amazing Annie Ellis.
Yahoo! Thank you. Yeah, it's really great to be here. And you know what, Tanya, we really are talking about sustainability with the fundraiser because we need to be sustained. So, you know, if you love our content of our show, which we get a lot of feedback that says that you do, then please go ahead and call in a donation at 813-239-9663, or you can actually go online on the WMNF and you can donate that way. And there's also, if you want to get a tax receipt, this is another cool thing I just found out about, is you can dial 888-966-3885 and you get a tax receipt for your donation. So it's a win-win for everybody. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, the things that we have done. You know, we've had, just recently, we had people on, we had a state representative on to talk about when they were talking about putting the golf courses in, because of course we don't want that as a sustainable growth. You know, Florida, we can't have that in our beautiful parks and so on. And then it turned out that they took it away because of the response of the people. So that's a really powerful note, that the response of the people can move mountains. So if you want us to stay on this beautiful show that we love bringing to you, please respond from you people and call in or get online and go ahead and donate for us. We would appreciate it. And we will be donating too. We always do on our own show. So, you know, step it up and let us know how much you want us to stay on.
And, you know, I love that recently that we were able as a community, as the people of Florida, to get the golf course in the park thing to stop. And it really showcases the license plate frame for $45. There's a license plate frame that you can get for your $45 donation. And it says, let me see, that's the bumper sticker. It says "Powered to the People."
Yeah, it has hands.
People have the power. People have the power. And that is 100% true. We do have the power. We have the power in our local government. We have the power to make choices, and you have the power to support community radio. So I've been volunteering with WMNF since it was probably late 2017, mid 2017, when they had me on as somebody who was being interviewed about planting fruit trees in the parks.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was just, as soon as I got done with the interview, I was like, this is magical. The fact that there's a radio station out there that is dedicated themselves to supporting the community, to talking about local community issues, it is just something that I hadn't experienced. And I didn't really, I knew that I wanted to be a part of it. And when you join WMNF as a volunteer and as a sponsor, as a person who donates, somebody who listens and contributes, you become a part of the family.
Yeah.
When you go to the shows, it's a WMNF community. Like, it's a part of
a tribe.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's like this family that you really didn't know you needed.
The ones that you pick, not the ones that you have to have, right?
Yeah. And Sean, you mentioned that you have some people to thank.
Yeah, so these are people who donated near the end of the Healthy Steps show, if you don't mind me thanking these people. But as I'm thanking them, I'm going to ask you to call in and support sustainable living. Here's the number, 813-239 9663. You can also donate at WMNF.org. Here's some people who like Dr. Fred's show and have supported it. Jan Fowler from Odessa has contributed $100. She says, I have a natural medicine business and Dr. Harvey is very knowledgeable. We're always interested in what he has to say. So thank you, Jan, for that donation. Also, Sarah Robertson from St. Pete says, is getting the window cling. It's like a sticker that you can reuse. It says WMNF Radioactive for 45 years. So thank you for that. Sarah, and she's donating $37.70. Also, Pamela Skyream from Dunedin is getting the WMNF Emergency Crank Radio, and she's donating $200, says, I really appreciate all the wonderful information you provide. Not only is it helpful to me, but also to countless others. Thank you. Pete McCarroll from Palm Harbor is donating $100, says, thanks, you're the best. And Victoria from Gulfport, we have another donation from Gulfport, $50, says, thanks for sharing your knowledge, Dr. Harvey. And we have an anonymous donor donating for sustainable living right now. And here is the first donation coming in for sustainable living. And thank you for that donation of $37.70. So we're part of the way toward the goal, but we do need to hear from you right now. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
Well, that's awesome. We'd have a little crack in the door there. So we need to swing that door wide open and get you guys to call in and, let us know what you are interested in. Like what these good people were saying, why they listen to the show is because they're getting this information that they would not be able to get elsewhere. This is our public radio that is given to the public for free, but we do need support because we support ourselves. This is not paid by corporations. It's not paid by federal donation. I mean, we have little bits here and there, but not really. So we need to have people actually call in. And you mentioned that window cling that somebody got. I love the way that looks. It has that little, in 45 records back in the day, they had this little plastic clip in that you put in the center because it was a big round hole. So you could put it over the skinny record player. I'm not sure what that would be called, the rod that was in the middle that would hold the record. And that is 45. And now we're having 45 years. So that is the actual logo for our 45 years. It's the coolest thing. I just love it so much. And it's on the shirts. It's also on that window cling. It is the format that is for the 45. And I just think that is so clever. Whoever thought about that, good for you. That was a good one. I loved it.
I think that's our own Robin that designed that, I believe.
Really nice job and so clever, and of course, if you're not old enough, you might not know what it is, but
I didn't know what it was.
Exactly. I was like, right. People don't know.
I thought it was the sign for radioactive, like radioactive materials when I first saw it. So
it was awesome. I was like, do you know what that is?
I was like, no. Radioactive materials. Right. Absolutely. No.
But it really brought me back to when I was a kid and I had that little record player, with the lid that you click close. And that was what we played. And I wore the grooves out of those records. But it was very clever. And so for a small donation, you can get that on a lot of things. You can get that in that window cling. You can also get the T-shirt. We have the olive green T-shirt with that right in the center. It's really
I just ordered it. The olive green is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I really like that color.
You look like you're part of the world, the earth world.
And it doesn't show stains as easily, which is really what I appreciate.
That's cool. Yeah.
You can do your gardening.
I know anything like dirt kind of color. And I'm like, you know what? This is for me.
if I don't have my overalls, the whole front of every shirt would be black. It would not be good. But, you can get that. That's $100 and that would go a long way for us.
Yeah, the T-shirt is available for a $100 donation. We can give you that as a thank you gift.
Yes, and some other ones. You want to talk about some other ones, Sean?
Yeah, well, my personal favorite is the emergency crank radio because during hurricane season, you might lose power. I mean, it's a very distinct possibility here in Florida. And so you want to be able to charge your phones from it, which you can do on this USB charger. You want to be able to charge up your emergency weather battery. You can do that either with the solar panels or with a hand crank. And you want to be able to hear what's going on in the news. And you'll be able to hear WMNF, which broadcasts 24 hours, 7 days a week, even during emergencies. And you can hear the weather band radio. So this has a flashlight as well. So this emergency hand crank radio is available for a donation of at least $188.50. So think about sustainability. Sustainability is keeping your family safe during an emergency. And this is one way to do it, is by making sure that you have an emergency crank radio that you can also charge but with solar power, and that you can charge up your devices and listen to the emergency information that's coming out of your radio. Call 813-239-9663 or donate at WMNF.org.
And so the radio, the solar radio, you also can hand crank it, right? So it doubles as a workout equipment. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. We could calculate how many calories it burns.
Yeah, you'd have to alternate size. Yeah, that's funny.
And I just want to remind the listeners of all, we've had some really cool past shows.
Yes.
I know Annie talked about the golf course in the parks, but recently, we've talked about anything that comes into our mind as far as sustainability, we will have it on the show. Over the years, and honestly, a lot of my favorite shows are the ones that y'all suggest. You're like, I want to know more about this.
Yes.
And then I'm like, I actually do too. And then we go and we find people who are doing it in Florida. And we're finding people that are local experts or people that are, in that field or just learning. Last week we had Michelle Ott, she's a vegan chef, and she talked about preserving your harvest that you grow and foraging. These are skills that if you want to be sustainable, that's a part of it.
She's also having a farm to table dinner that y'all can register for. It's going to be fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. And then we had Matt Reese on recently to talk about water quality. These are issues that, and a lot of times we'll do fun shows. We'll talk about, solar panels on electric cars, but we also talk about real issues that are important to Floridians, issues that are important to the Tampa Bay area, because you're not going to find it. You're not going to find other stations talking about these issues. A lot of the times, they're national issues, which are important. Don't get me wrong, the national issues are 100% important, but we are the ones who are dedicated, and we have teams dedicated, including ourselves, to talk about these local issues. And so that some ones that are coming up. I'm excited. We're going to be talking about 10 brand new varieties of mangoes coming up. So,
she's so great too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you are going to have to tune in for that to learn about 10 brand new varieties of mangoes, because
she's the superstar that's going to be on our show. We're so excited.
She is, seriously. So, and let me see, I wanted to talk about the music a little bit, because WMNF is not just news, which I love the news part, obviously, but also there are some amazing shows coming up that people can, with their donation, receive as a thank you gift. Coming up, let me see, September 14th. So that is right around the corner.
It's Saturday.
Yeah, there is the Floridian Social Club. I didn't write the title of that one. Sean, what's the title of that?
So this Saturday is our birthday bash, and it's going to be at the Floridian Social Club, and we're offering a pair of general admission tickets in our People Power it's called our birthday bundle, where you get 2 tickets to that, you get a window cling, and you get a license plate frame. But for this show, we're able to offer 1 pair of tickets that are reserved seating upstairs. So not all shows are able to offer this.
VIP.
And I don't want to call it VIP because that has certain connotations, and I don't think these are literally that. that exact thing, but you get reserved seating in essentially what would otherwise be a general admission show. It's upstairs seating, and there's a bar upstairs, and the bathroom is available downstairs, just like for everyone else. We can only give away one pair on this show for a donation of $120. So if you prefer the reserved seating for our birthday bash this Saturday, and you'd like to make a $120 donation to Sustainable Living and WMNF, give us a call right now. We have one of those available, 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
And there's going to be music. So the Dolly Rots are going to be there. Scott Elliott is going to be spinning music. And I think that there's going to be a birthday cake and a silent auction.
Oh, both.
Oh, a silent auction. So then you can get more swag. Cool.
So it sounds like a really fun event.
I know.
So WMNF, they play and they sponsor music and concerts all year
Fun
round.
stuff.
They do. And I do want to talk about more of them later, but if you're a high roller and $1,000 is in your price range, there is an event passport where you're going to be getting 10 tickets to any WMNF show, I think, right, Sean?
Yeah, so you can use 10 tickets throughout the year. So if you want to take go to 5 shows and take a friend, you can do that. Or if you prefer to take 9 people to one show, you get 10 tickets for the event passport.
Go by yourself, you can go to 10 different shows.
Exactly. and you can.
That's right.
Yeah.
You'll have more opportunities.
So you can make some new friends by going to 10 different shows. And the way that you can get this awesome is we, again, have amazing volunteers. The amount of volunteers that dedicate hours of their week every single week to WMNF, it's nonstop. And then we end up having extra volunteers during these fundraisers because of how important it is. Yeah. So there are people that are there listening, waiting for your phone call. So you can call them 813-239-9663. And you can ask them what's available. Or if you are feeling shy and you just want to do it on your computer or your smartphone, you can go to WMNF.org and it will pop right up. Do you want to make a donation? And then if you click, I want a thank you gift, then you can see all of the different swag possibilities, all of the different shows that there's available, everything. So 100% support local community radio at WMNF.org. Support the Sustainable Living Show by choosing SUL as the on the pull down list, and just make sure that you support us if you like what you're hearing. Yeah,
if we get that one big high roller, we'll be over the top.
Yeah, so I should tell people that your goal is $1,000. So if we do get a $1,000 donation, then of course, then Sustainable Living will have made its goal. We did just get in our second donation to Sustainable Living. This is a $53.70 contribution. It's from Sarah Hathaway from Tampa. She said, I wanted to be the first in line with a donation because you all are such an indispensable part of my week. I'm a sustaining member and this is extra help. So thank you to Sarah Hathaway from Tampa for that great contribution. And now we've raised almost $100. I think we're around $91 so far. So we're about a tenth of the way there. We really could use your support right now. Give us a call, 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org. Before I turn it back to Tanya and Annie, I want to say that we have 2 more donations that came in for Healthy Steps.
And we need to be on his coattails.
Exactly, yeah. TP Flessis from Dade City has contributed $55. They are getting the license plate frame that WMNF is offering. Also, Michael Cooper from Tampa is getting our men's T-shirt that we were just talking about for a $100 donation. So thank you to everyone who's contributed to Healthy Steps, of course, and thank you to everyone who's contributed to Sustainable Living so far. And thanks in advance to you out there, you who still needs to call in to support Sustainable Living, that is, at 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
That means you. So y'all need to pick up that phone. Really the phone answerers do love to get the phone calls. So, if you have that in you, they're sitting back there, hanging out, waiting for the phone calls. And since we do have all this online stuff, they don't get as many. So they do really enjoy getting the phone calls. So if you could do that, it's great. I love being back there. Lots of people bring a lot of food too to donate for the volunteers. It's just wonderful. Tanya brought up a really interesting point earlier about, we bring things forward about things that you might not know about. And if we didn't bring it, you may not ever know about it because it's not publicized. And one of the things that really came to mind to me was when, they do a survey of all the trees in Hillsborough County to make sure that we have a healthy number. And that's a 6-year thing. And then they bring it forth and show it to us. And we had that on. I don't know. Most people don't know about this thing. And we are now down to 30%, which I believe is now actually below that. And that's as low as you can go for a healthy tree canopy in a city. So, always remember these things and what you can do because, we turned it around for those golf courses and we can turn it around for all these things that we do. And I know that, we've had a lot of people on here about gardening because I know I love gardening and a lot of people I know love gardening, organic gardening, of course. And so we have folks on here that tell us how to do it all year round, which most people don't know about, or they'll tell us about different unusual strains that they've been working on because they have the want and the knowledge to do that. So then you can find out about these Caribbean stuff that we have no clue about because they've done that work for us. So we bring those people on for you and you learn through the show. So, having the show on to us, I listened to this show way before I was on it. I've been listening. When John Butt started the show, I was every time he was on, I was listening, and I would call in too, at different times when it was appropriate. And, then Tanya got on with John, and then several different people have been involved. And then I got
Jungle and Grace still volunteers.
Yes, Grace is so great. She does so much technical
absolutely.
stuff for us.
We had a lot of awesome people host.
Really good.
Yeah.
And great guests. We've had people that we know that come on and people we don't know ever that don't come on or have come on. And, it just really spreads the love. And so if you feel the same way that we do, and I know you do, because I hear it, from you, please give us a call in, get some of this fantastic swag. We have so much stuff. It's crazy. You can get the power pack, which is the fan, the button, the pen, the phone holder, and the water bottle and more. And, I'm going to get that crank radio for sure. So anything that you feel that you want to get from it, go for it. And if you don't want swag, just give us the money.
So the Power Pack is, you get that for a $245 donation. You'll get all of those items. So if you're interested in, in showcasing your love for WMNF, then the Power Pack is really the way to do it because you get, you get
it's a lot of
7 or 8 items, which is awesome. And so I do want to say too that there's lots of ways of listening to WMNF. We're not just a radio show. There's, you can listen live on 88.5 FM Tampa whenever you want. We are playing, but then also you can listen on demand. You can go to WMNF.org and you can choose to listen live there, and you can listen to the past shows too. You can pick and choose what you want to listen to. And then there's an HD2 channel, and there's also Urban Cafe too. So how many channels do we have now, Sean? Because I feel like I track.
Yeah, we have 4 streams. We have our main channel, which we can call HD1 if you'd like. That's the one we're broadcasting live on right now. We also have HD2, which is the Urban Cafe channel, and HD3, which is our 24-hour-a-day news and public affairs channel, a very popular channel, which we are revamping the schedule, and people are going to be thrilled with how we are making the great positive changes that we're going to be unveiling pretty soon on that. And then HD4 is all music. So it's we have 4 different streams of WMNF that you can enjoy either on demand or live over the air or on your HD radio or on your computer, so or on the app. So yeah, and I just want to remind people, because it's very important that we give out the phone number so that people know how they can support this kind of programming. 813-239-9883. 9663. You can donate on the web at WMNF.org. That's where you can see where all the thank you gifts are. If you would like to look at the thank you gifts and pick out whichever one you'd like for your donation, you can go to WMNF.org, or you can ask our phone bank volunteers, because they are experts at this and they would love to be able to help you when you call 813-239-9663. Good news is that so far we've gotten 2 calls to Sustainable Living. That's great. I'm so happy about that. And the other, I guess, good news is that the phone banks are wide open for your calls right now. We are able to accept your calls, no problem right now. If you called 813-239-9663, so please call now.
You put a positive spin on no calls. That's pretty good, Sean.
Yeah, I think what Sean is saying is that we are halfway through and we're only a tenth of the way to our goal.
And there's no ringing.
So if we do need you to call, you who are driving, listening to your radio, you're sitting at lunch, you're sitting at work, you are sitting at home, listening to WMNF, listening and appreciating what community radio does for you, now is the time to call, because we need your donation. Because in reality, the money that it takes to run the station, 70% of that money comes from your donation.
Think about it.
And it doesn't happen without you donating. So we appreciate it. And we appreciate what our community radio station does. Because when you turn that dial to any other station, you don't get the content. You don't get a lot of the local bands that you may not even heard of, that this may be their chance to be on the radio. And you don't get the local news. You don't get that commercial free, that connection that you have to the local, because the local even hosts who you see walking around, going to the event, going to the music, we're not owned by a large organization.
We're independent.
This is the people, people running the station, local community members. That's why we need you. And there's lots of ways to give. You can choose a one-time donation by, donating $10, $20, $100, or what a great option is choosing a Circle of Friend donation. So what that is you give a smaller amount and you give it monthly. So as much as you would pay for a cup of coffee or something, you give to your local community radio station to ensure that we're around for not only, the past 45 years, but an additional 45 years. And then there's also donating to the endowment fund. Yes. I mean, there are so many different ways to give your support if you see value in what WMNF provides, which I do. That's why, I volunteer, because I love WMNF.
We do this.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's the beauty of both of us doing it that gives you twice the good stuff.
Twice the joy.
Hey, can I jump in for a sec?
Absolutely.
And thank 2 people who have donated. Suzanne House from Tampa. Thanks, Suzanne, for the $37.70 contribution. She says, I love this show. I never miss listening to it. Each show is so interesting and diverse. So thank you, Suzanne, for that donation. And also Peter Burkhardt from, I'm not sure where. I'm sorry I said that because I don't know where you're from, Peter. But he loves this show, and he's donating $50 to support Sustainable Living and WMNF. And he also appreciates Dr. Fred. So thank you for those 2 donations. That means we've had 4 donations so far. We've raised nearly $200, I think. So we still have about $830 or so to go. We can do that with your help. Maybe you can donate $1 a day. Or maybe you can join the Circle of Friends at $10 a month or $5 a month. That's our sustaining membership. No matter what level you can make a donation for, we would love to hear from you. You can donate on the web at WMNF.org, or you can talk to one of our phone bank volunteers. They're so great. Call them at 813-239-9663.
Yeah, it's really interesting about how people, when they hear our voices. I've been places and people will just hear my voice and I go, I know you, I know you because we become friends on the air. I become, and Tanya becomes, and Sean becomes people that are involved in their lives, basically. If you're listening to the show, that's for sure. So, I want to thank those people that also called in, and I want to encourage all those other people that we know that love us, that tell us about how much they enjoy it, to go ahead and call in too. And then when you do call in, you can ask them about all the things. I mean, we have different shows coming up. I know we have a Halloween ball that's coming up really soon. Do you know more about that, Sean, about the details on that?
Yeah, we have our Halloween ball, which is coming up on Friday, October 18th. It's at New World Tampa. You can celebrate Halloween with local drag performers, DJ Jet, and host Apollo Infinity. And don't forget about the annual costume contest. Again, that's October 18th. You can get a pair of tickets to WMNF's Halloween ball for just a $50 contribution by calling 813-239-9663, or that can be one of the gifts that you select when you make your donation at WMNF.org.
And that's $50. And when you said something earlier about the $1 a day, I never even thought about that. Doing $1 a day. I mean, what is $1 to anybody a day? It really isn't much, and then that turns out to be, $30 or $31 a month for us. And that continues on for the year. I mean, you're going to really help us a lot.
Yeah. So maybe here's the best way. If you want to do the $1 a day donation, that's a $30 a month Circle of Friends membership, let's say. So if you join the Circle of Friends at $30 a month, you're essentially giving $1 a day to your community radio station. That would be a really great gift right now. So in honor of sustainable living, why don't you commit to making a $30 a month Circle of Friends donation by calling 813-239-9663. You can also do that at WMNF.org. If you're a Circle of Friends member at the $30 a month level, you can say, hey, you know what? I support MNF by giving them $1 a day. That's a great donation. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
I really think it does put it into context when you phrase it out like that. So thank you for that.
Yeah. And then, and I do want to talk about, because I mentioned a few of the past shows that we did, but I mean, we did so many awesome shows.
If we do say so ourselves.
I know you can see, but I'm patting my own shoulder, patting my back.
They're awesome people. Like, we got them on. So.
I know. But that's the thing, is that every single person we have on, it's a fun conversation with a smart person who is telling us, we're choosing people who just know their stuff. Like, let me see, like Kenny Gill and Chris DeCulis.
That was so good. I was just thinking of them when you said that.
Backyard chickens. Like, what does it take? Especially now that there's so many different, towns and counties that allow backyard chickens now. Well, how do you get started? Well, you go back and you listen to Kenny and Chris's show, and they kind of give you a lot of the starter information on how to raise your own chickens. We talked to Kara Woods and Courtney Wright about clean air in Tampa Bay. Like, how important is your air quality? How do you monitor it? Who monitors it? Well, this is information that, that we're putting out there for you. We're finding the people who are in charge of it.
I want to interrupt you real quick, because that really right there, you just said, how do we monitor it? Who monitors it? It tells you how to actually monitor your air in your area by going online to check it. So I just wanted to say that you can do that, and you can always find out, and that's what we're bringing. So go ahead, Tanya.
No, absolutely. And then let me see. We had Lauren Wolf on to talk about sea level rise. Well, that's important in Tampa Bay right now.
So, everywhere, really.
Seriously. Well, not only right now, but like learning about what the plan is for the future of Tampa Bay to combat sea level rise. Like, what are they doing? Where are how do you monitor it? Where do you see if you are in a flood zone, where your evacuation is? Like, this is the local person who is in charge of figuring that out and getting that information to you. Like, so if you want to have a local community radio station that again is run by mostly volunteers, ones that like anybody who volunteers their time, they are showing that they care about the community. They care about the radio station, but they care about you because we're getting that information out there. So I'm asking for your donation. If you care about WMNF, you care about us as we care about you, give us a call. 813-239-9663. Give us a call or go to the website WMNF.org and make your donation. Yes, I am talking to you. Please make your
you.
We can't see you, but yes, we're talking.
We're pointing at you.
Yes.
You can see it.
In a very motherly tone.
That's right.
I am
in a nice
talking
way.
to you. Could you
That's
please?
Right. That's
Thank
right.
you. And one of my favorite past shows, which I love, is Sarah Ratza, who talks about sustainability in chocolate.
Oh, that was such a good show.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Talking about chocolate as a health food? Yes, please. Oh, tell me more. Because she's a local chocolatier who specializes in making.
She's a prize winner, an international prize winner for her chocolates.
Local to the Tampa Bay, who makes like, and especially like, and she uses slave-free coffee beans, which is really hard to find.
Yes.
Like finding someone who is doing it sustainably and like ethically,
yes.
Absolutely. And so not only is it past shows, but what can you look forward to in the future? Well, we talked about, Norris Ledesma, about the 10 new varieties of mangoes. Elise Gilmore has a new book coming out. So we're going to be talking to her about that.
She's going to give us recipes too, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, she grows everything in her food for us like crazy. And all of the food just about that they eat is from what they grow.
And then Bruce Turley, we had him on a little bit ago, but he's going to be talking about native plants for Native Plant Month. October is. So making sure that that we're planting natives and what native plants are good to plant.
Yes.
So he is a great person to talk to about that. We're talking to Kitty Wallace, who is an amazing.
Love Kitty.
She's been a sustainable living volunteer forever, pretty much like almost as long as I have. And she calls in with events and she's absolutely marvelous.
Yes.
And I just want to mention the other volunteers. So Grace Benke, she's been volunteering with WMNF Sustainable Living Show. Annie, myself, the wonderful Mr. Bill Grace. These are the people that you see.
They bring the show to you.
They do. We bring the show to you. So if you appreciate what sustainable living and WMNF brings, give us a call right now. 813-239-9663 and make your donation. Sean, do you have something?
Well, we have had 4 wonderful donors so far. We're still looking for more people to donate to sustainable living.
I thought you were going to say we had 4 more. I'm like,
no. So I don't have anyone right now to thank for donating to sustainable living. And part of sustainability is being able to continue into the future. And that's what we're asking for right now. We're asking you to become sustainable members of this and make this station sustainable, make this show sustainable through your financial contributions. So if you support sustainability, he tried to say.
Easy for you to say.
I know. And please call now, 813-239-9663. You just heard Tanya and Annie telling you about some of the great shows that they've brought you. You listen to the shows, you love the shows. Well, now show your support and support the station that brings you this program. You can do that by calling 813-239-9663. And when you do that, you'll talk to one of our phone bank volunteers, and they might have their mouths full when you call them because we just had lunch donated by a community partner. This community partner, Petra Middle Eastern Restaurant, located at 1118 West Kennedy Boulevard in Tampa, sent us a whole bunch of great Middle Eastern food for us. So thanks to Maria Muyan and everyone there for feeding our volunteers today. We're so appreciative of your ongoing support of our community radio station, WMNF. So thank you to our community partners and thank you to our donors. So I want to be able to thank you with your donation when you call 813-239-9663.
Yes, we really do want to praise you on air, because you are the people that we are bringing this to. So, if that is important to you, one of the things I saw this, and I think this is a really good thing to get. So for a donation of $88.50, we can thank you with a WMNF water bottle and a cooling towel. And it's really a nice thing. And I know it's really hot in Tampa. So this would be a wonderful thing to stay hydrated and to wipe off the sweat from you guys. So look at this. It has fueling activism, one sip at a time on the outside. And it also has a built-in phone stand, so you can do your live feeds, or you can take your pictures from there as well, or just to listen to things. You can listen to us on your little phone feed if you like. That's actually the way I listen to a lot of things. I'll listen to it on my phone, just put it in and stick it in my overall pocket. And while I'm gardening, I'll be listening to the show. So, because I'm appreciating the rest of the programming, not just our own. But if you do want to support us, and we hope that you do, I believe you do, it's 813-239-9663, or go to online on WMNF.org, and a lot of things will pop up. You can see all the swag, and you can just click buttons, as Tanya says, if you're feeling shy.
And let me see, I do want to talk about some other prizes that you get for your donation. There is, for a $25 donation, you get a WMNF sticker for 45 years. I mean, that is a long time for a community radio station to be around. So, thank you everybody who got the radio station started, because it wouldn't be here without you. And it wouldn't be here without you. Your contributions and your continuing contributions over the last 45 years is what's kept us around. So we definitely need it. The $35 bumper sticker, the People Have the Power bumper sticker, because that is the absolute truth. Let me see, there's the patio paver.
Yes.
So if you want to be...
You just muted yourself, I believe. This is WMNF Tampa, and we have sustainable living, and they are raising funds. So give us a call at 813-239-9663, and you can make a donation to sustainable living. We are looking for your donations right now, because we have only gotten 4 contributions so far this hour. 813-239-9663 is how you can make show your support. I think I just heard you, maybe. Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, I heard you for a second.
Can you
You can get a WMNF t-shirt for a $100 contribution, and that's by calling 813-239-9663. If you'd like to get an emergency crank radio, which has a solar power charger as well, you can call 813-239-9663, and that's available for an $88.50 contribution.
Can you hear me now, Sean?
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what happened, but we lost your
juggling computers here.
So let me see. So the patio paver, that is absolutely how you get a lasting impression for WMNF. So, and one of the things that's so cool is that anyone that comes to the station and comes through that side door, people can choose up to 3 lines, and they get to write whatever they want, whether from their family or a funny saying. Those 3 lines are yours. And that is with a $1,000 donation. You get a patio paver. One of the things that I find really cool is the guest host opportunities. Why do you always say no?
Well, there's no guest hosting on the News and Public Affairs show. That's just for a music show. I mean, if you want to support a music show and get a guest host, you certainly can do that.
Support a music show. Absolutely. Guest host, and just make the donation to sustainable living. And
Probably doesn't work that way, but...
Oh, come on. I'm sure. Listen, well, depending upon what time you choose, it's between $100 and $500 for a guest host. WMNF will take that money. It's fine. I don't need it for sustainable living, but I'm sure you'll still put it to sustainable living.
Yeah, if you want to support a music show, that's a great way to do that. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
We only have 10 minutes left in the show. So absolutely, I'm talking to you. I know that you've been waiting to see if somebody else is going to donate. It's you. It is you that we are talking to. So pick up your phone right now. Call 813-239-9663 if you want to hear us talk about, and you know what, and you talk about, because we accept callers when you call during the show.
We like that.
Yep. We like hearing from you. We want to know your opinions on the matter. So if you want to join us in the conversation about talking solar energy, electric vehicles, organic gardening, green living, green birthing, we had that on.
Green dying, we have
sustainable funerals and burials. Absolutely. So we talk about absolutely everything. Yeah. And if you appreciate that, give us a call at 813-239-9663 and make your donation. Sean?
Yeah, those are some of the great reasons to donate and support this show and this station. All the fantastic topics that you've brought us over the months. So please do support it for that. 813-239-9663. And when you make a donation, you can take a thank you gift if you donate a particular amount. And let me tell you about 2 thank you gifts that you could get right now. You can get either one of these for an $88.50 donation to help sustainable living and WMNF. Either one of these, we have 2 different musical tributes coming up. They're both at Skipper's. One is on Saturday, October 5th at Skipper's. We have the WMNF 5th Annual Tom Petty Tribute. Local bands will perform the best of Tom Petty, Mudcrutch, and the Heartbreakers. That's available for an $88.50 contribution. Or for an $88.50 contribution, you can get the WMNF Talking Heads Tribute, which is Saturday, November 2nd at Skipper's. Local bands perform the best of the Talking Heads. So please call now. If you'd like to go to one of these shows, we can give that to you as a thank you gift for your $88.50 contribution. But we really do need to know that there are more than 4 people supporting sustainable living. I really think that there's lots and lots of you out there listening and that love this show. Can you make a donation right now? 813-239-9663.
Yeah, and if you could get that flag, then you would be letting your Freak Flag show. If you did that, that would be really great for us. That's $120, I believe, for getting the flag that you could have on your vehicle, and everybody will know who you are. And I think that's a good thing for people to know who you are in that way.
Yeah,
here it is.
There's a car flag that
there's a car flag.
People.
And
go ahead.
It says people have the power, and it has 3 raised fists and a line, I support independent radio. And then the other side says WMNF logo and our slogan, voices that inform, information that empowers. And that comes with a little white vinyl mask. And that's really important because we are the voices that are coming to you to inform with information that it can empower you. So please empower us and give us a call at 813-239-9663.
Yeah, absolutely. And so there, let me see, there's also the we talked about the Halloween ball. There's also the Tom Petty and the Talking Heads tribute days, which are going to be amazing. So let me see, on October 5th at Skipper's, there is, for your $88.50 donation, you get a ticket to the local band performing, the local bands performing the best of Tom Petty.
Oh, a tribute.
Tribute bands. And then the Talking Head tribute band is November 2nd. That is local bands performing the best of the Talking Heads. So there's lots of different music opportunities that you can if you like going to local music, WMNF, they find the best local music. So again, we have 5 minutes left in the show. So we really need to hear from you. Show your love for sustainable living. Show your love for WMNF. by calling 813-239-9663 or go to WMNF.org and make your love known.
We
Make
have
your
about
donation.
$830 still to raise for sustainable living. So make Tanya and Annie's job easier over the next week or two by donating now, because they're going to be asking for it next Monday as well. So, and they're going to be asking online in between those times. So please help them make it their path a little bit easier to get to that $1,000 goal with your donation right now. 813-239-9663. You can go to WMNF.org, which is our secure website, and make your donation there as well.
Yeah, the Talking Heads, one of their songs is "This Must Be the Place." Well, you're in the place now. So it is the deal. So please give us a call, 813-239-9663. Let us know your love.
No, absolutely. And then if on your donation, if we haven't covered a topic that you that you want us to try to find a local expert on to learn more about, write that in there. Write that, I'd love to hear about, I don't know.
Caterpillars,
frogs, anything.
Amphibians.
Yeah, because a lot of the times your suggestions are the absolute best.
Yes, it's very stimulating to us.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the best shows are when I go on Facebook, in the Facebook Sustainable Living Facebook page, and I said, what do y'all want to know about?
Yeah, it's really good because we get some people that we didn't even think about.
Yep.
No,
absolutely. So we have just 4 minutes left. 813-239-9663. Show your love.
You could really make us feel great if you took that 4 minutes and gave us up to $1,000.
And it's and supporting just WMNF, because in reality,
that's true.
It's just it's the amplification of local voices that I just absolutely love. And I love that you can hear that, not only the issues, but the people. And when people are able to pitch their own shows, I love when I hear that there's a new show, and a lot of those start with volunteers. And all of a sudden you're like, you know what, there's this open spot, and I kind of want to throw my hat in the ring and try to do a show myself. Well, WMNF allows you to do that, and I don't know any other radio station that allows you to. So supporting WMNF is really something that shows that you support your local community and your local community station. So please give us a call, 813-239-9663.
Yeah, because your local community station supports you. That's really it. Bottom line, if we need to come here every Monday, which we love to do, takes a lot of effort to get all these people lined up for this, and a lot of effort to get all this information to you. So if you really want us to continue this show, which we would like to do for you, please give us a call at 813-239-9663 or go online to WMNF.org and donate to Sustainable Living Show, which is listed as SUL.
Absolutely. And it's funny because when you talk about how many hours a week, I mean, it's probably 5. Sometimes if it takes a lot of research, it can be upwards of 10 hours a week.
It really does take a lot of time.
Of locating experts and figuring it out and reading about them and figuring out what are good questions to ask.
Yes.
What do people want to know? And all of those things that we do. And I love doing it.
Yes.
Because it's just something that is close to my heart. And I think that you as the public deserve this information. Mm-hmm. And you deserve to be able to find it in one spot, and something that I know that I enjoy doing. Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to remind people that in a couple of minutes, we're going to go up to Washington, D.C. and hear the NPR News headlines live. And then after that, we're going to have Mobile's Community Speaks show. It's going to be a great show, and I hope that you support Mobile. Right now, though, in the last 2.5 minutes or so, I really want to know that there is support for sustainable living. We've had 4 donations already. That's great. We've raised about, what is it, maybe about $180 or whatever it is so far. That's fantastic, but we really need to know that there There's more support than that. Maybe there's someone out there who can pick up a t-shirt for a $100 donation, or maybe the emergency crank radio for a $188.50 contribution, or the birthday bundle, 2 tickets to this Saturday's birthday bash in St. Petersburg, the window cling, and the WMNF license frame. Whatever the thank you gifts, whatever the level of donation, we need to hear from you now. WMNF.org is where you can make a donation, or you can call 813-239-9663.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sean. And again, Sean is an awesome member of the community, and just spending his time finding great news. Like, I absolutely love every member of the WMNF community. They all are just absolutely wonderful people dedicating their time to serving you. Because in the reality, that's what it is. We serve our local community members, and it's not very often that we ask, just a couple times a year, we ask for you to make your financial contribution to show that you do support us. So I know that the show is ending, but your support doesn't have to. So you can always call. They are waiting. So you can call 813-239-9663 and make your donation to Sustainable Living, the SUL code, or go online.
Show us the love.
Yep, WMNF.org. And it's not too late. If you're busy, you can do it later when you get home. Absolutely.
Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, this is WMNF Tampa. Thanks so much, Annie and Tanya. I appreciate it. And thanks to everyone who donated. WMNF Tampa.